All right, so in these examples, we're going to solve using the nth root. Okay, so we got 3 steps. We're going to isolate the power or the root. Second step is use the inverse power or root, depending on where we start. And then you're going to solve for x. Okay, so looking at number 1, we got x cubed equals 64. So to get rid of this cube, we're going to take the cube root of both sides. So cube root. Okay, what that's going to do, it's going to cancel out the power with the root. And we get x equals, and the cube root of 64 is 4. Okay. On example 2, we have 1/2 x to the 5th equals 512. Now, this part isn't isolated. We have this 1/2 over here, so that's an easy fix. We can multiply both sides by 2 and get rid of the half. So we got x to the 5th equals 1024. Okay, so now that it's isolated, since we have x power 5, we're going to take the 5th root, both sides. Okay, those are going to cancel, leaving us with x, and the 5th root of 1024 is 4 also. Okay, in example 3, let's divide out this 3 to isolate the power. 108 divided by 3 is 36. And of course, we've seen this one a lot, so square root both sides. Okay, square root and square cancel, leaving us with x. And the square root of 36 is plus or minus 6. Do not forget the plus or minus. With all the even roots, we got to remember that we can have plus and minus and a possible imaginary. Okay, example 4. This root is already isolated. This power is already isolated. Remember, the parentheses show ownership, so all this goes together. You can't break that apart. So a lot of people try to subtract 5, but the power trumps that 5, so we got to be careful. All right, so what we got to do is get rid of that power. So I'm going to take the 4th root, both sides of the equation. Okay, 4th root cancels with that, leaving us with x plus 5 equals plus or minus 2. 4th root of 16 is 2. X plus 5 equals plus or minus 2. Now with these type of problems, it's really a 2-for-1 type of deal here. So we got x plus 5 equals the positive part, and x plus 5 equals the negative part. And we've got to do both. All right, so we're going to subtract 5 both sides, and we get x equals to negative 3. Subtract both sides over here. This one will be x equal to negative 7.